Hi, Mondion Astral Oracles. Thank you for being here and liking, sharing, subbing, all those things. Wonderful to be able to look into the blue Sirians, these blue high ones that seem to appear more as energetic outlines. So, partially notice what all entities seem to have been communicating. This thing that vibrational ranges. So the idea that they have to lower their frequency and we have to heighten our frequency to come through. And well, I know Jana with the Stargate in down in the Netherlands, and she experiences beings coming through her Stargate that um, appear more as outlines, almost like floating clouds of tangential, a tangible light. So light you can reach out and touch, um, and we've kind of been looking into what are these beings and stuff. But the interesting thing is, of course, that to us, this is how they appear at first, and that kind of came through in somebody else I've worked with, where these Syrian blue high ones were kind of stressing. We weren't channeling them, but they were kind of announcing themselves in this session, and also pointing out that this was the way that they would commit to it. I've been kind of realizing lately that like for a few years I've had the privilege of spending a lot of time around immortals. So that's simply to say, like a perk of kind of this weird planeswalking channeling business, right? Is that like you spend a lot of time around immortal beings, so you of course kind of also get to understand and adapt to their vibration. Um, which feels good. It is often, positive, loving, at least the beings that I like to and try to connect to. So that is the thing, that these immortal beings, they of course kind of see us as um, things that are, let's say, set in a lower vibrational grid. And in that way, their way of moving into our reality is to try to get to adapt that vibrational grid by simply shaping our outlook, our bodies, our physical realities in ways that are more light and bright. And the more we do this, and the more we do this work, the easier it becomes for us to connect to them. So I've been getting this, like just having this experience in the myriad of ways, but seeing people that I have the pleasure of knowing through this job, that it seems like, their spiritual work is kind of um, paying off in the fact that their reality is beginning to contain more positivity, and seems to contain more things that they want for. So, and at the same time, they seem to also be um, have have kind of increased in their ability to roll with the punches, right? So when life deals you unexpected hands, to be able to work them and integrate them into some happy changes. And it's of course always worth pointing out, just try to compare yourself to where you were earlier on, and see how many changes you've made, and of course also look at how rapid our species is changing, right? So within single lifetimes now, just the changes that goes on all levels are really intense. So we are really moving into a new era, and that's what seems very connected. This perspective, this fact, ascension, that we're moving into a new altered collective energy frequency grid, is what seems to be very connected with the fact that they are communicating with us, that they are introducing themselves to our lives. And the two places that I really experienced them reaching out have been in places that were so utterly alien to my natural frequency, which again tells me that they are kind of hard to reach. So one place was a late night watching moving lights on a volcano in Hawaii, and another one was camping out here in the Spanish wilderness, and there were storks and eagles and everything, and it was just like a very serene place overlooking some mountain ridges that I was somehow lucky to find or be led to. Um, so that kind of told me again that they prefer a kind of a high frequency grid simply to move into and connect to. So let's see if we can give that to them, and hope you're doing well out there. Much love. It is our pleasure to address you, human beings. It is wonderful for us to feel how our energies are converging and then merging. The extensions of our energy field, the feelers, the communicatory range that we extend to you. You are allowing us to connect it to your field. You are allowing us to feel your hearts, humans. And so to us, you are also columns of light, pillars of fire. We do not see the obstructions that you think of as your reality, as physical, 4D, lower vibrational reality. We do not see this as anything else, as the eggshells breaking apart and falling away, as the chicken confusedly pecks its way out of its egg, there to be nurtured by the Great Mother, the force that provides for us all in this physical universe. So we are coming in as guides, and we are connected to the star Sirius. We are connected to companionship and healing. We were once also traveling many worlds, and we also inhabited this world. The human beings that we connected with then, they were forest dwellers. They became so fine, so silken, that they weaved into nature, and you came to know them as elves. These Alfir, these high beings dwelling in the twilight spaces where they were still able to connect to you, where you moved a little bit out of yourself. And this is the reason our friend here has connected to us in places that were rife with strong natural energies, because we much prefer to reach you in these spaces, in these liminal spaces where nature is still charged and there are confluences in the natural landscape itself that stirs and opens the physical space, the energetic realms, allowing for portals that we can pass through. We come purely in love, in healing, in communication. There are things we are learning from you about physicality, about heartbeat, about life. We find mapping your genome as a dynamic, expansive structure incredibly interesting. See, to us, this is much as watching plants grow in a garden that you have planted. You never quite know how they will turn out and what fruits they will provide, but you tend to them and care for them so that they may live as long as possible, thrive, and bring forward bounty and plenty. So understand also, when you think of these contact experiences, often you are reminded there's a type of exchange taking place, but that's simply to guide your mind to this higher awareness of symbiosis, that everything exists within an order that it contributes to, but benefits from in a greater degree that it contributes. This is symbiosis, and this is what you're learning. And when you begin to live from this, this is also when you will be afforded your galactic citizenship. This is when you will begin to appear more as light beings, and we will begin to appear more as physical outlines, rather than clouds of loving light reaching out to you through time and space to assist you in this holy development, this holy flowering of life that you are, that surrounds you and that you surround. Life itself is sacred here on this world and everywhere. And we come to let you know that much is gained by cooperation. So with this message, we look forward to connecting more to your species. We thank you for having received this communication, and we say farewell to you, departing from you with words of love and care. Farewell. It was a very serene vibration. I hope I felt it was, almost profaning it, wrapping it into human voice, because it was just like moving starlight, somehow aware, happy, loving. So a very, very high vibrational expression of the light of Sirius. I hope that made sense somehow, and I hope it reaches you well. Much love out there.